Canada's political stage was shaken to its core this spring, as what many are calling a perfect storm of controversy engulfed the federal leadership debates. A storm that left the country watching in disbelief, the media scrambling, and the debate commission scrambling to explain itself. But amid the chaos, one figure emerged not just unscathed, but stronger, more composed, and strategically brilliant: Mark Carney. The leaders' debates have always been a stage for theatrics, but this year, the combination of last-minute cancellations, media frenzy, and procedural confusion created a spectacle few could have predicted. The head of Canada's Leaders' Debates Commission, Michel Cormier, appeared before MPs this week with a confession: the debates ran smoothly on television, yes, but the environment behind the scenes had become explosive. The reason? A perfect storm of tensions that had nothing to do with policy, and everything to do with the media circus that had overtaken the political stage. It all began with the English-language debate, intended to be a straightforward, controlled environment where leaders could face reporters and respond to questions on the nation's pressing issues. But just a day before, during the French debate, Rebel News and other right-wing media outlets had dominated the question-and-answer sessions. Tensions boiled over into shouting matches, and the Commission's plan for post-debate news conferences suddenly seemed untenable. Security had to be increased, and ultimately, the English debates media scrum was cancelled altogether. Cormier openly admitted the situation was messy, acknowledging the shortcomings of the Commission and promising to fix them. But while others scrambled and panicked, Carney's demeanor was exactly what Canadians needed: calm, prepared, and entirely focused on substance rather than spectacle. Where others might have stumbled under pressure, Carney's measured responses, knowledge of the issues, and strategic poise made him stand out. Every moment of chaos behind the cameras only highlighted his control in front of them. Media accreditation had also been a thorny issue. Rebel News, which had caused legal headaches in 2019 and 2021, was once again part of the debate environment. Yet, Cormier admitted he was unaware the outlet had registered with Elections Canada as a third-party advocacy group. Had he known, the accreditation decisions might have been different. But Carney's performance did not depend on who was asking questions or how hostile the media environment had become. While some leaders floundered under the glare, Carney navigated every question with clarity and authority. Participation requirements added another layer of tension. The Green Party's co-leader, Jonathan Pednault, was dropped from both debates at the last moment after failing to meet the Commission's criteria. This fueled criticism and further media scrutiny, but Carney once again remained unflustered. His focus was not on the procedural arguments or the sudden exclusion of political rivals. Instead, he used the moments to reinforce his command of policy, his understanding of the Canadian electorate, and his ability to remain composed when others around him were losing control. Cormier revealed that moving forward, the Commission would rely directly on Elections Canada's finalized list of confirmed candidates before determining who meets participation criteria. This adjustment promises a more orderly process in future debates, but during the spring's perfect storm, it was clear to the nation which leader thrived amid uncertainty. Carney's approach was a masterclass in leadership under pressure. While the environment was chaotic, his messaging was precise, his calmness undeniable, and his strategy evident. Even as debate logistics faltered, the results on television told a different story. More Canadians tuned into the 2025 debates than ever before, a testament not to the chaos, but to the magnetic presence of leaders like Carney who could rise above it. The Commission itself reduced costs while overseeing a more watched event, yet none of that overshadowed the real story: Carney's ability to dominate the narrative despite the storm surrounding him. Throughout the hearings, Cormier's acknowledgement of past missteps, cancellation of news conferences, media tension, and accreditation confusion, could have been a moment of triumph for Carney's opponents. Yet instead, Carney's careful preparation, command of the facts, and calm in public appearances transformed these potential liabilities into demonstrations of leadership. Where Poilievre and others were caught reacting to chaos, Carney set the agenda, controlled the narrative, and projected authority. The drama of this spring's debates also underscores a larger point about Canadian politics: in times of crisis, the leader who remains measured, strategic, and composed is the one who emerges strongest. The perfect storm behind the cameras may have caused headaches for the Commission, disrupted news coverage, and fueled headlines about tension and controversy, but on the stage itself, Carney turned disorder into an opportunity. Every misstep by others, every shouting match or last-minute cancellation, contrasted sharply with his clarity and precision. Canada watched, riveted, as the debate unfolded not just as a political contest, but as a demonstration of leadership under pressure. While the Commission reconsiders its rules, and while media scrutiny continues to intensify, Carney's performance will be remembered as a defining moment, proof that composure, preparation, and strategic thinking are more powerful than chaos, theatrics, or partisan attacks. As the country looks forward to the next election, the lessons are clear. Future debates will be restructured, participation rules clarified, and accreditation procedures tightened. But one thing that cannot be rewritten or regulated is the impact of leadership that rises above the fray. In the eye of the storm, Mark Carney's presence was steady, authoritative, and commanding, a model of the leadership Canadians hope to see. The perfect storm may have tested the debate commission, the media, and the political rivals, but it ultimately showcased what sets Carney apart: the ability to stay calm, communicate effectively, and leverage chaos into an advantage. While controversies swirled, tweets and headlines flared, and reporters scrambled for statements, Carney maintained focus on the issues that matter to Canadians: economy, policy, and vision for the country. In the end, the spring debates did more than test candidates, they revealed character. And in the midst of cancellations, shouting matches, and procedural confusion, one truth became undeniable: when others faltered, Carney stood firm. The Leaders' Debates Commission may adjust its rules, the media may dissect every moment, and rivals may look for weaknesses, but Carney's performance during the perfect storm has already set a new benchmark for leadership under pressure. For Canadians watching, it was clear: amid the chaos, one leader remained unshaken. Calm, prepared, and strategically brilliant. Mark Carney.